Okay, so for whatever reason, people don't actually like long intros. I guess they don't want to know what they're about to watch. So I'm gonna try and keep this short. Hi, I'm Duality, and I talk about the world, and sometimes it sucks, and I talk about that. This is mostly background noise. I mean, it's not too highly edited. There's a lot of cuts just like that to actually make what I'm saying coherent and not waste your time. If you just want to listen to this as background noise later, I have it up on Spotify. You can check that link if you really want to. If that's not what you're going for, then I don't know. You can leave now. Uh, what? I'm going to blabber, and if you want to listen to it, you can. Not forcing you to. But I mean, I would like you to, but obviously, you do whatever you want. Okay. Hey, editing me here, and apparently I scuffed the recording, seeing as you can hear my voice twice. That and you can kind of see the green screen that my model's in front of. Again, new computer. I'll have it worked out next time. I just don't really feel like throwing this footage out. Okay, that's it. Bye. Okay, so today I honestly feel like talking about depression in some sense of the word because, I mean, I'm not going to just be like everyone else and say, oh, hey, this is stigmatized, but it makes, a lot of people feel like it makes people hide that they're depressed. They feel like they shouldn't be, like they don't want to be just token depressed person that needs meds to survive. They don't want to be a burden to medication. They don't want to need it just to survive or be a normal, average person. I mean, medication can undoubtedly help. It's not in any stretch of the imagination perfect, though. I mean, it's kind of scary, especially when you're told, like, oh my gosh, this'll fix you, you'll be a perfect person, which is just an outright lie. And second, because you just don't want to be that guy, you don't want to. Do I explain this? Because, like, society as a whole, I'm not gonna be like, oh, society bad, but like, you're expected to be happy. That's why, at least in some sense, the average, like, greeting, at least here in the US, is, how's it going? Because it's a pleasantry that, is exchanged, and the answer is always expected to be good no matter what. And if you're not, it's rude. I am editing me here again. Apparently, the audio fixes itself for the rest of the video. Yay, woo. I don't know why. I'll figure it out when I record something else. Also, I'm gonna go make lunch soon. So, I don't know why you needed to know that, but yeah, you should be fine. You should be happy, essentially. And that's frankly just stupid because people can have a bad day sometimes. People can have a bad life sometimes. So I don't know. I just find it a bit stupid. Like, I'm probably saying very obvious things, but it's hard because people want to, mask and not particularly get help or be helped. It's, it's not demonized, but it's kind of regarded as not normal, It's away from the general acceptance of society. Okay, I promise this is probably the last time I'm going to interject because my recording bugs out and my voice doubles again. I am so sorry for the scuff. I am still, in fact, figuring things out. Also, I just noticed this gray line that's been there the entire time. Again, I'll fix it next time. I am just figuring things out. Standing out certainly makes some aspects of life a lot harder, and it's not particularly something that everybody can, wants to, or is equipped to deal with. You know, sometimes when you're having a bad day, you just want to fit in and you don't want anybody to notice you or judge you. So there's a pressure that's being put on your average person to not be depressed or not be sad, to always be happy, just because anything that's remotely different from normal society is looked at weird. Like if I start dressing in, I guess, let's say in emo fashion, I would have a lot of people that looked at me weird, and I wouldn't have the same social opportunities I would normally, just because I am different from what you'd expect, which I would say, which is overall harmful. And especially when it's something as normal as experiencing human emotion that's just seen as weird, wrong, or bad, it can really just hurt. And it can make people not want to experience emotion and want to cover things up, which is not particularly good because they could feel better, but they don't want to take the steps to because they don't want to be seen as, you know, being a broken person that needed to be fixed in the first place. Right. Are you kidding me? I swear, if I roll this again, this better. Uh, it, what? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Game? Game? Oh my gosh, finally! What was that? What was that? What was that? Yeah, sure, buddy, sure. But, I mean, it's not the first time we would have, you know, outcasted people that are just a little bit different than us. How do I put this? It just encourages them to hide it, which isn't good because, I mean, obviously everyone's going to suppress emotions and cope with things in unhelpful ways, because hiding is so much easier than actually facing the problem. And when you hide from it, it just becomes worse. But hiding is easier, so it's just the option that the most people take, which just overall leads to a really bad negative feedback loop where, oh, this isn't good, so I should hide it. But instead of hiding it doing anything, hiding just makes it worse. I don't particularly feel like I'm saying anything new, but being depressed or being sad or not having a perfect life is so just bad, apparently. Like, even though everybody seems to agree that something is normal, we sure don't act like it. Well, yes, humans have emotions, who knew? But if that emotion gets near me, you are weird and shouldn't do that. Like the same exact people say, oh, hey, well, no one's perfect. Well, then why do you act like you are? Why do you act like you're the moral high grounds in everything you say is like gospel? It's just, it's like we all accept something is wrong. We just don't bother to do anything about it, you know? Because, oh no, I don't want to be the one depressed person that just can't do anything, that spends their life on medication, absolutely numb to any feeling. It's, oh no, that can't be me. I can't be different, because it does give you challenges in just existing. And you can say to clear up the misconceptions all you want, but at the end of the day, you're lying to yours. Also leads to a lot of these split communities that, like, are accepting but are also ostracized, and it can kind of drive in the, oh, I'm worthless without these people. And when they're the only ones who listen to you, which leads you going deeper and deeper into subgroups and sort of receding from normal life, which can, really hurt. Because the deeper you get, the harder it is to go back. And then you're forced to be with all these people, and sure, sometimes it can help, but a lot of times it can just drag you deeper and deeper into whatever problem you are or have been facing to get you up to this point, just because you feel seen for something that should be normal, but it's not. In all these, when you're not hiding it, everyone treats you like this thing. But when it reinforces negative stereotypes, oh no, suddenly you're so far removed from society and it's quite hard to go back. And like, because most people are selfish, and way too many people just treat other people as just things to get something out of. So when you feel heard, when you feel accepted, you get addicted to that feeling. Like, it's just a very lose-lose situation. And, the incentive to hide it and not tell anybody just makes it even worse. Like, I'm trying my best to think of new things to say without sounding repetitive, but at the end of the day, like, what can you do, you know? Like, what could happen to change? Like, I wish I had some advice, something to say other than just simple observation, but it's not immediately apparent to me how something could be changed. And while you can say, yeah, just make being depressed like not stigmatized, but I feel like people are just saying that to say that, you know? Like, oh yeah, you're allowed to have emotions, but are you really? Are you really? But really, when people care about you and people help you, it's always in the back of your mind. Hey, does this person actually want to help me? Or are they just being a manipulative person? And you never really know the answer to that. It's a shame that not everyone gets along all the time, but that's just sometimes the world we live in. But yeah, I guess that's why we all, say, "Oh yeah, I'm just doing fine. I'm doing great." But it's just always a lie, and there's not much that's done about it. And I wish there was, but I don't know, it's just the way the world works sometimes. But hey, don't worry. You'll I'm sure you'll make it through this, whatever you're going through. And if you didn't have a good day today, you can try for a better one tomorrow. You can always just try again. Hi, if you're here. I don't want to ramble at the beginning of the video, but just I kind of abandoned the channel for a bit, but a friend sort of convinced me to come back to it with their problems. If you're listening to this, you know who you are. Well, I did just that, and hopefully I'll be uploading again. If not, we'll see, but maybe not. Well, this is really just a hobby for me. I find it fun and I like to help people, so that's really it. Thank you for watching this or listening to it. Whatever. Duality out.